So, Chris, you were doing affiliate marketing for Instagram, right? And so, how did you move from just like basically selling affiliate programs to actually having like your own automation service in LeadFriend? If you can talk about like that process, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, sure. So basically, like it's kind of like I moved up the ladder of the online world as you would in a corporate structure, right? So like you start out as basically like the lowest level, and mine was just growing my page and doing content, not making any money, and then slowly I started doing affiliate marketing and being a sales rep, basically like you would for a company. And then you do good enough, right? And you become the top affiliate, top salesman of a company, and you get better offers, right? So basically started an affiliate marketing for a program that basically helped with lead gen. So capture emails, you could email market and everything. Not a big email marketer because let's be honest, who the hell looks at an email from a random person anymore, right?
No one. Yeah. It's kind of dead.
Yeah, my opinion is sales and marketing is more of both video now, hearing their voice, seeing what they're doing and stuff like that. It's more of a personal touch rather than just getting a ton of emails and converting people from there. So I don't really take part in email marketing. I think it's a waste of time, and I think it's kind of annoying to people who might like your stuff, and then you kind of turn them off with that. But so started with that, did well in that, made a couple $1,000s. I remember 2 years ago, no, it was a year ago, went to the Cubs game with my dad, probably in like August. And this is when I just, really gotten started with this affiliate marketing stuff. And I was like, Dad, like I'm making, $500 a month right now in this company. How cool would it be next year if I'm, making double that or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So cool. He was kind of like, oh, whatever, not a big deal because it's $500. So got started with that. Slowly started realizing, retention wasn't good enough. The product couldn't really get behind. It was kind of my first thing. I wanted to get into bigger, better things, more commissions and everything, and more products that people needed, worldwide. So got started with a company who did Instagram and social media automation, right? And that really picked up because I had the big Instagram, right? I had everything like that. I could use that as kind of, a testimony to these products and everything like that. So started out really, really strong, got it up to the point where I was making, healthy upper four figures a month in that program as the top affiliate, in a couple months.
That's crazy.
It's amazing.
All the prizes and everything. And there's, and so then I basically got, connected with one of the owners of LeadFriend, right? And so LeadFriend had just started, Danny, right? Good, like one of the best guys I know. And he actually went to Lyons Township.
Okay.
Up in, Hinsdale or whatever. And so we actually dated the same girl in high school. So like I knew, not at the same time.
Some Eskimo Brothers shit.
Yeah. I knew of him, but I didn't know, what he was about, stuff like that. So he actually reached out to me because he, LeadFriend is directly competing with that other company. He's like, hey, we're interested, in doing this, blah, blah, blah. We'd love to get you on board, blah, blah, blah. And so I talked to some of my mentors and I was like, I'm making this much money in this program right now. Like it's the most I've ever made. It's crazy that this is even happening, put so much work into it. What's better? Should I keep going with this or, equity and being an owner? And he's like, equity always, right? Ownership always. So that pretty much sealed it for me. Got stuff set up with Dan. LeadFriend was just starting out. And basically grew it exponentially within the next couple months to where, it's just continuously growing 10, 15, 20% each month. And, was able to implement so many things that I learned from the previous experiences into LeadFriend to make it even better to where, we put that other company out of business, no other company really competing with what we're doing right now. It's just because we're innovating so much, right? So that's the key too, is you always want to innovate or people are going to get bored. Yeah. Right. But the way LeadFriend works is yes, you can make money through LeadFriend by selling LeadFriend, but that's not like the main purpose of us, right? The main purpose is whatever your business is, right? Whatever you're trying to do on social media, we want to help you achieve that. So it's for your main business. If you don't have a business, then we offer, the affiliate commissions and stuff with that. But, Instagram has cracked down on automation, right? So what we did is we hired managers. And so now we have account managers that manage people's Instagram. So it's basically, how like Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, whoever, they have someone managing their social media, right? They don't do it themselves.
Yeah.
The same thing that we have, except for it's available to the masses because of how cheap it is, right? You're not paying $100,000, a week for these managers and stuff like that. So we basically do what PR firms do, but make it readily accessible to, the middle tier and the small time marketers and everything like that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Recently, you and I went golfing together, and we were talking about your future brand and stuff, and you were discussing.
I'm so bad at golf, by the way.
That's a lie. Chris is very good at golf. Chris is stud at golf. So we were playing, and you were talking about how you were thinking about progressing towards a brand with one of your friends, and you had a logo down and the idea of the company. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I'm trying to think. But just so I, just in case, it's private, whatever. I'll talk about kind of what I'm doing right now.
Right. Like my aim to, like my question to ask, I guess, is what are your future goals? As in, what company are you trying to push the most? What do you feel most confident in going in what direction? Basically, like, where do you want your brand to progress from here is what I want to ask you.
Sure. So, right now, Lead Friend's obviously going to be my top, right? Mm-hmm. That business I've, built from zero to hero, and so that, it's like my baby, right? Kind of. Mm-hmm. But so Lead Friend involves the most work right now. I also have a digital marketing agency, right? Bali Media. And that basically is, anywhere from social media marketing, but then content creation, graphic design, mm-hmm. Web designing, web development, app development, and consulting, branding, all that stuff. So it's basically everything built into one. And so that's more B2B, so business to business, whereas Lead Friend is more B2C because it's lower tier. So I figured, why not take advantage of people, businesses that need this stuff who maybe don't have the money for the big guys, right? Maybe they have more money than the smallest, amount. So maybe hit right in that middle area. So those are my two main businesses right now.
Sure.
I've dabbled in Amazon selling, made some money in that.
Amazon affiliate?
What's up?
Was it Amazon affiliate?
No, it's actually being an Amazon seller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I basically buy products, ship them to my house, have the inventory here, ship them to Amazon, and then, get returns on that. But, that's just the thing with e-commerce is it can be lucrative, but what people actually make is not, revenue is not what they're really profiting because you have cost of product, cost of Facebook ads and whatever that you could make, $1,000, you're really only making $250 to $300, right? So mm-hmm. It's just kind of too much of a mirage for me. And I wasn't, interested in playing that game, too much time for not enough ROI on, the revenue and everything. So, kind of put that to rest. Got a few more things.
Yeah, I know Alexi and I tried the e-commerce route a lot, and we noticed it's super hard because I think you really need to put a ton of time into it to really see a good amount of profit. So I was thinking of maybe doing something down the line where I write some code to automate the process of maybe scraping the websites like Alibaba and Overstock and automatically posting products on eBay, and then as soon as a product is sold off eBay, it reposts it, just a lot of automating a lot of the process so we can make our time more efficient.
Because I think that would probably be the route. Because when we started off, so for those of you who are listening, Chris Dominic and I started off last winter break for us, and we combined our ideas to make an eBay account together. And we were looking to sell stuff around the house, kind of make some extra money, some extra spending money from the stuff around our house. And once that all sold successfully, we decided that we wanted to try dabbling into drop shipping. So what I had noticed is after making the Instagram to promote the eBay store and so on and so forth, was that we would buy the item, post it. So I would have to locate the correct item, see how much it would cost with taxes and everything like that, how much I would pay for my end. Then I would have to increase the value, inflate it to, get a profit for myself, post it on Instagram, see who was interested, try to figure out which items were the best, see if they would even sell on eBay. And by the time that whole process was over, it was about an hour long. So, and very, very, very few people were actually purchasing these items. So we kind of stopped doing it. But I think Dominic is resurrecting the idea by automating it through code. So Chris, what do you think about that? What's your stance on drop shipping?
Yeah, so drop shipping through Alibaba is, it's just like anything else, right? It takes time, right? Yeah. So time to find the right product, time to make your store, right? Time to gain the natural traffic to your Instagram or wherever you're going to, get natural traffic from. Mm-hmm. Time to learn Instagram ads, time to learn Facebook ads. Whereas if you were to go to a YouTube an Amazon or a eBay, you already have traffic going to it. But so no one's heard of Mash Bros 123, so you have to figure out a way to get that organic traffic to your page, right? And so a good way to do that for free if you don't have money to do Facebook, Instagram ads is through, or just through Instagram regularly. But it's hard to do that, right? Because once people realize that you can create clothing stores on Instagram and everything, everyone and their mom started doing it, right?
Yep.
Just like now everyone and their mom knows how lucrative Shopify can be. And so everyone's right. So it's very rare that you pick a niche that there's not a million stores out for already, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, one of the things that's key is, if you find a really hot topic, you know what you're doing, you can see results, right? But it takes a lot of money to get good at ads. You have to practice them and whatever. And then, I know someone making $150,000 a month from Shopify drop shipping from AliExpress to, consumer. But out of that, right, they're probably doing $3,000 to $5,000, no, that doesn't make sense. Like $1,000, $2,000 in ad costs every other day.
Yeah.
They're spending a lot of money. So out of that, they're probably making $30,000 a month or whatever. But, so it's not like you make $150,000 and you just pocket that, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
There's a lot of input cost.
And like $30,000 is dope. Like that's a ton of money anyway.
A month, absolutely.
Yeah, but like think about your road to profiting $30,000. There's a lot of months with losses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Be able to bite the bullet unless you grow your own brand through social media free at first, and then you can reinvest and everything like that. So it's definitely harder to do so now, but it's definitely doable. It's definitely doable. And I think Amazon's really big too, because Amazon drives so much traffic just from people searching, and then they have suggested products and suggested sellers and everything. So it's really, really big.
Yeah.
Right. A big point I think you made is saturation. And that's something that Dominic and I had experienced in the fitness realm was saturation. And it's hard to make a name for yourself. I guess it's easier to gain a following because there are so many people who are trying to, get each other big and so on and so forth. But the saturation is immense. And then you get people who really don't care about your page. They're not true fans. You know what I'm talking about, Chris.
Yeah, you have to get on into something early is really the key here, and that's really hard to do because you're going to hear about it and then you want to get into it. So it's really finding the thing before it happens. It's like investments,
Mm-hmm.
Right. Let's say, you have 1,000 followers on Instagram. Maybe only 100, 150 people are going to see your post with the way the algorithm is, right? So out of that 150 people that see your post of a new product, maybe 1 or 2 people buy.
Yeah.
Right? More if you're lucky and it's a great product and your, audience is targeted, but you got to think about that. That's not a ton of traffic right away. It takes time, but it's worth it. Just like anything for me, like it took too much time to really go full force at it and try to scale it up and everything. But you can make a lot of money from it. It was just not right in the right cards for me right now, just because of how much time it would take for, not the immediate results.
Yeah. Okay. So to bring it back to Lead Friend, so Alexi and I right now are we put together our website. We have like a basic beta version of it up right now, and so I was doing that from scratch with coding, and I was just seeing like how much work it is to make a website. Did you guys hire developers to make your software? Like I know you guys have like a site where you can have users and stuff like that, where you need a back end for like holding all of their information. Like what was the process of like for setting that up?
Yeah, so we have a back end. We're actually just coming out with a new back end.
Mm-hmm.
And so since we switched right to account management, we don't need to have the coding that we used to.
Yeah.
It's all manually done, right? So it'll allow for people to, get more targeted followers, better results and everything, because, you're always just able to do it better yourself than, a bot or anything. So that's one of the upsides of account management of where we're at right now. But yeah, so I mean, we have a team of developers, and so we just had a developer finish our new backend, which is going to have a content pool in there, so it'll have a bunch of free content for people. It'll have suggestions on direct messages and everything to send people. See your commissions, training, charts, graphs, analytics, all that stuff. And so yeah, we hired a developer for that. We could have done it, but that's not the best thing to allocate our time to do when we can be doing the other stuff, building pages and stuff like that.
So for you and Dan, it's Dan, right? Was your partner?
Dan.
Yeah, so he did you guys have a certain image for the site, and like how did you get the developers to like replicate what you guys were thinking in your brains, you know?
Yeah, so luckily our developers are pretty good, right? So you always want to find a developer that will work with you one-on-one, right? So basically like every step of the way, and you kind of draw stuff out for them and stuff like that. So we came up with the design and basically knew what we were going to do. So we, a good thing for people to do with websites, maybe if you are going to hire a developer, maybe create the website on something simple, Wix or Squarespace or, WordPress. And then from there, you have the design, and then you can show a coder and be like, hey, this is how I want it to look, but I want it to be custom coded now, right? And so we had the design already up and everything, because when the developer was working on the new backend, we still had to have our current backend, our website going. So we had to have a temp one there. So that's what we did, right? And then he basically just took that design, custom coded everything, made everything, functional and attractive and everything, and went from there. So that's what I would say is, make the design yourself, or you just go with them and, and say, do what you want if you're not creative. But, we were lucky to really know kind of what direction we were going to. But this is the website we have now is probably, I think it's like the third draft of website we've had. And we're just, consistently making it, better, more updated, more for the target market of who's going to be purchasing and looking at our site and everything like that. We wanted to fit a full array of, online marketers, musicians, artists, athletes, what have you.
It's really cool that you guys got that all set up. I think your site looks really good on in terms of the user interface front of it. It looks really nice. In terms of, I know Alexa's talking about goals and what your plans are for the future. Are you looking to build your personal brand as well as like Lead Friend and your other projects?
Yeah, and so it was definitely hard. So I had on my personal Instagram, I had, a couple thousand followers before, because I was mainly building Your Daily Dose big, right? And so that wasn't really personal branding or anything. My thing was, grow to 150K and then switch it completely to personal branding. Already had that audience and everything. Didn't work out that way. Didn't have enough time, sold it, whatever. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing now is I'm growing my personal Instagram, growing my brand, want to get started on YouTube more. I'm already really big on Facebook. Continue to do that, grow my Facebook group, and just connect with a ton of like-minded people and really show, what I have to offer and everything. And, it's pretty rare that you find someone in this online space that's willing to help every single person that comes to you, right? That's kind of how I've chose to run the way that I, run my business and, handle my brand and everything is, give back, because that will end up becoming, lucrative for you as well, right? So 100% personal brand over any other type of brand is huge. My goal is, I want to get started on YouTube, get bigger on YouTube, grow my Facebook group, keep growing Lead Friend, keep growing Bali Media, maybe eventually come up with some sort of free offer where you basically get everyone in. It's not a paid type thing. It's more of a, free community for everyone to get in. You just grow that really, really big, and stuff like that. So a lot of things coming. We're trying at Lead Friend, we're basically trying to make it a one-stop shop for everything you need for social media. Content, engagement growth, follower growth, training, coaching, whatever, lead gen. We want it to be, not just for Instagram now, but for Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever. That's what we want Lead Friend to be. So I think, over the next couple months and the next year, you'll see that, starting to reveal itself as well as we release new platforms.
Yeah, I think one way you guys could market yourselves with Lead Friend is you were saying you guys have like free videos that they can watch, or videos they can watch when they sign up. If you guys are the ones making those videos, it automatically is helping build your personal brand. So I think
something good.
No, you're all good, Alexi.
So something I wanted to ask Chris was for your YouTube videos, since you are a fantastic mentor, where do you want to go with that? Are you planning to teach people or give pieces of advice to people who are trying to start up their own e-commerce business? What's your whole plan with the YouTube channel?
That's honestly one of the biggest struggles I've had, and one of the reasons that it's kind of prevented me from going on, right? And I know there's probably people that are going to watch this that feel the exact same way, kind of, what do I talk about? You know, my life's not as interesting as, you know, these other guys who are doing funny pranks, or, you know, Ty Lopez or Gary Vaynerchuk, whatever. What do I talk about? And I feel like, you know, if I were to do it, I would kind of, you know, talk about my journey, kind of talk about what's going on in business, like a vlog type thing, a business vlog, but also, you know, have the ability to show the behind the scenes stuff, you know, hanging out with friends, you know, going to travel. That's one of the big things I love, is I love, you know, traveling and doing photography and everything. And, you know, I think that would be a good thing to show too, is because, you know, not everyone's business all the time, or you'd go insane, right? You got to have that fun factor too. So I think when I actually get started, that's kind of what it'll be. You know, I want to bring, you know, joy, but also motivation to these people, you know, and to the fans and, you know, people who are going to be tuning in. So that's kind of, you know, what I'm leaning towards, but who knows, you know, I might get on there and I might post 3 videos, one of each type of, you know, topic, and see that one really performs better than the other and start leaning over to that area, you know? So
right. That's a great idea.
It's really a trial and error when you first get started for the first month, 2 months, because you want to see what is your audience most receptive to, right? You have to play to the response of your audience, right? If your audience doesn't like what you're doing, don't keep doing it, right? Go to something else and maybe you'll see better results. You know, yeah, go ahead.
I think a combination of like a business style vlog and a travel vlog would be really cool. I think travel vlogs are doing really well on YouTube nowadays, and if you add a cinematic element to it, of like making really cool little like cinematic videos while you're on your travel, and then like interspersing that with like little talks about motivation, stuff like that, I think that could do really well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I completely agree. And, you know, I think that's one of the biggest things too. And so with people who want to join, is they don't really know what to do, you know? So my biggest advice, and, you know, I'm going to practice this advice too, is just get on and record yourself and put it on there, and, you know, ask the people that you know to look at it, see what you can do better, comment on it, you know, give you suggestions, and go from there, right? And just build. There's no one who has 1 million subscribers on YouTube right now that were making the same type of videos right now than they were when they first started, right?
Yep.
It's a progression of, you know, excellence. Right. So they're getting so much better over that course, and they're pumping out, you know, thousands of videos. So don't think that your first video is going to, you know, result in what your 1,000th video is going to look like, right?
You're
going to get better at talking. You're going to meet better people to have in your videos. So, you know, just keep going with it, basically.
We've definitely tried to practice that. For instance, so we started off with the Nash Talk series, which are like half an hour to 45-minute long episodes. And we showed our friends and we showed some of our fans and stuff, and people were saying it'd be interesting to have a playlist or so of shorter episodes where people could binge them, or, you know, watch them in full length without having to skip around, and so on and so forth. So we decided to make the pregame series, which has been, you know, fantastic for us. It worked out very well. We have so much fun doing it, and they're shorter episodes. So we get to pick out, you know, the good parts, keep it meaty, you know, trim the fluff a little bit, but it's important. It's important to listen to your fans and people who are close to you, like you were saying, Chris. You know, take that advice, listen to the commentary, and develop as you go on. Dominic was telling me, he's like, look, man, we don't have to stress too much about the earlier videos, because as we go on, we'll get better and better and discover new nuances to podcasting, which we've definitely seen.
Yeah, I think diversifying content's also huge, because not everyone's going to like podcasts. Not everyone's going to like vlogs, you know? So if you can do like maybe 2 things really well, that would probably be a good route to go, because if you can have like some shorter form content, some longer form content, I know a lot of creators are doing that right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that keeps the...
100%. And you guys are in a cool situation with what you have, you know, being college students, both in college, you know, very cool campuses. And, you know, you can focus on what college kids think about the most, right? Partying, school, and then also, you know, business and what they're going to do when they leave, entrepreneurship and stuff like that. So you have a lot of different topics to talk about. Whereas, you know, someone who's an adult who might start a podcast, you know, you really wouldn't want to take college advice, or, you know, getting started out of college at a job from a guy who's 40 years old, right? So you guys have a really cool, you know, connection, I guess you could say, with your audience that you're trying to target.
Absolutely. And while we're still in college, we're going to try to exploit the niche a little more and bring more college viewers onto the scene and expose more of Marquette and Madison to our podcast. Something I wanted to ask you, according to college campuses and stuff, and you kind of mentioned pleasure and lifestyle a little bit, is how do you have time to keep yourself occupied with hobbies with all your work and schooling and stuff, if you want to briefly talk about how you still keep yourself entertained and active, go for it.
Yeah, so it's interesting because I'm still able to do stuff because I work from my phone and my laptop. I'm still able to, play sports or, go travel. It's just that it's a different type of travel than normal, right? So especially now because I'm in the business building stage, it's not a, go on vacation and leisure and leave the phone at home and, just relax. It's more of a go and relax, but film and get content, document, while also working and coaching and everything like that. So it's basically like you're doing business like normal, but from a more beautiful scenery type.
Sure.
As far as schoolwork, I mean, so I'm a senior, right? I have to go half a victory lap, so I have to go an extra semester, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing I can honestly say this, that nothing that I've learned from starting this, I've learned from school, right? It may be like the time management stuff and, stuff like that, and learning how to, talk to people and everything. Yes. But as far as like the actual marketing aspect, the sales aspect, I haven't learned anything from school. So when you think about that, it's kind of like, is what I'm doing here pointless and everything like that? I don't think it is, right? I think school is very important. I think getting a degree is very important. I'm a big fan of backups and everything. But I think that you can, if you work hard, there's a difference between dropping out of school if you plan on doing something compared to if you're just dropping out because it's too hard, right? If you're going to drop out but kick butt, right, and work really, really hard and learn on your own, read books and trial and error, then sure, right? If you know what you're going to do, especially like in this internet age. But if you're just dropping out of school because it's too hard, it's not what you want to do, you don't know what you want to do, I say, stick with it, maybe think about it, go undecided or whatever. But, so that I still think though, for me, getting a degree is important. I think I've learned a lot about time management and everything from the degree. I'm a finance major. Do I think that I'm going to go into a finance job? No, right. 100% think I'll go into a marketing type role, whether it's through my own company, or through a Facebook or Google, whatever. That's kind of my goal. My first priority though is growing my own businesses and working on my own and being my own boss, right? There's something so attractive to that. And as far as school, right? I mean, grades are important and everything, tests, homework, and just get it done. Right. But I mean, I'm on my phone from 8 a.m. to probably 2 a.m., 3 a.m. every day. Right. And I started over, and that's probably the past year and a half. So, it's definitely a grind. So you got to want it, but if you want it, I get contacted by people all day who say, hey, I want to learn how to make money, from my phone, but I only have 2 to 3 hours to do it. And I'm like, I can help you, but don't expect to make, $100,000 a year. That, because you're going to get out what you put in, right? Yep. As everyone always says. So it's definitely a grind, and especially more of a grind when you're in school, as you guys know with your podcast, you guys are in school as well. But I look forward to the day that I'm able to graduate, so that I'm going to have so much more time. I'm going to actually be able to travel for, a month, just get a ton of content, document, and then use that to help grow my brand. Whereas now, I can't do that because I have classes and tests. And
right. Sure.
So it definitely hinders, but I think it's important to some, to some extent. And I think it helps. I really do. So that's why, I chose to continue on with school and everything. And nothing's guaranteed, right? You could literally go from where you're at right now to zero in like a week, right? So it's very important to have a backup and have that mentality when you're growing something. Is someone could do exactly what you're doing, but knock you off, charge a cheaper price, a better product, and you're gone.
Yeah.
Right? Just as quickly as you grew it, you're gone. So that's important to remember as well. And so school helps give a backup.
Absolutely.
Stuff. So.
And more, I think a college degree is in need, and it's important to have one. So I think what you're doing is definitely fantastic, Chris, trying to balance both of them while still maintaining a degree.
Appreciate it.
I think we covered basically everything we wanted to talk about in terms of your bringing, like, how you got into social media up until Lead Friends. So I think we're pretty much good to go. Any last questions or thoughts you guys have?
Yeah, I just want to say, if you guys don't already, Follow me on Instagram, Chris Costello, and, follow Nash Bros on Instagram, YouTube. I'm going to be seeing a lot from these guys. Hopefully I'll be back on. We'll do a video when we're actually all in town over Thanksgiving and Christmas break.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Appreciate it so much for you guys having me on. Love your stuff. Let's do another one soon, boys.
Absolutely.
For sure.
We'll put Chris's social media stuff down in the description below. Thank you all for watching. Chris, he'll be on in more episodes to come, so everyone stay tuned.
Peace.
Awesome, guys.